Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video by yours truly. I am finally back home. Voice still recovering from all the yapping we were doing over the weekend. For those of you who may not know or have kept up, I did an extended weekend getaway. I was gone from Thursday to Sunday night, and I met up with Tectone and Vulcan IRL in Austin, which was one of the greatest experiences I've had in a very long time. Tectone was a fantastic individual in person, great personality, very heartwarming individual who is incredibly spontaneous and wants to do everything under the sun every single day, 24/7. I'll probably have to make a separate video talking about all of that, but overall, love him. Was a great guy to meet in person. Same thing with Vulcan, probably one of the most chill auras on planet Earth, but surprisingly, one of the biggest talkers of all time as well. But it was in a great way, of course, but it was really cool getting to meet both of those individuals. I look forward to sharing some of the stories in a separate video, but I am back. And I got to do a little bit of catching up. We got to talk about Boothill and Robin. I'm talking about Boothill first, despite him not coming out first, because I'm more excited about Boothill than I am about Robin. Brother is literally a culmination of the break effect playstyle, which, as you guys probably know, especially if you've been watching me since day one, I don't think, and I'm saying this like completely fair manner, anybody in this community, content creator wise, has put their mark on the break effect playstyle the way I have. I have like owned this shit. I've learned everything I can about the intricacies of it and, you know, the depth of how to play the break effect playstyle. So of course I'm incredibly excited about Boothill. Bro's like a culmination of it. And I want to share my thoughts on my impressions of him and what I think he's going to be capable of. I also want to go into some details that I learned about what they revealed in the 2.2 live stream. And then after that, we'll wrap up this video and we'll follow up with another video doing the same exact thing for Robin. So with all of that jazz out the way, before we get into the content for today's video, allow me to plug in our lovely sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, today's sponsor is Temu, an app that I strongly suggest you download right now because they have a monumental variety of products. They have an outrageously low price point on all of these products and you will save big. Speaking of saving big, if you download this app as a first-time user, using my code, you will get a $100 coupon bundle to save even more money. The coupon bundle is down below in the description box. Just click on it or search DMM2753. Now, I want to talk to you guys about some of the items I've already acquired and have been utilizing in real time. In fact, I'm going out of town this weekend and I was in need of a travel bag, so I ended up purchasing one through Temu for $2. Now, I'll admit I was a bit skeptical at first, but when it came in, I realized that I got a steal. It has many different compartments for you to store many different things. Like I put my laptop in there effortlessly, as well as a variety of clothes I'll be wearing this weekend. My boots fit in there no problem. And it even came with a fanny pack where you can put bathroom supplies in there like deodorant, dental floss, toothbrush, toothpaste, you name it. It even comes with a USB charger built into the backpack, which is crazy. So that was massive, and you can get the same backpack by clicking the link down below in the description box. The next item on the menu is the smartwatch, which I purchased for a whopping $4. I know, insane. Now, I'm a health and fitness professional, so I use it for health and fitness reasons, but there's a number of things that it can do. But I love that it tracks the calories burned throughout the day, how many steps I'm taking, and miles that I've achieved. As a healthy individual, you want to strive for 10,000 steps a day. It also keeps track of extracurricular activities such as walking, running, biking, playing basketball or soccer. It keeps track of all that stuff, which is really cool. How much sleep you're getting at night, your heart rate, the weather outside. Like I said, it does a lot of stuff. It's also savvy for both Android and iPhone users. And lastly, it even has a wireless built-in headphones that you can connect to your actual phone. You can receive messages from your phone on the watch, and you can talk to people through the headphones. Really cool purchase and overall a solid deal. Now, the next item on the menu is going to be a wallet. I bought one for only $5. This wallet is very well organized and structured. You can put your credit cards in there, your IDs, your coupons, you name it. But one of my favorite features about this wallet is definitely going to be the fact that I can show people how cool I look with my $100 bills on the outside. I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, you can just flex on them, you know, just flex on them a little bit. But the other cool feature about it is it has this little gadget, right, where you can put these credit cards inside of this compartment and you press this gadget on the side and look what happens. Credit cards pop out, right? That's really cool. You can put them back in there. I mean, I'm a sucker for gadgets like this. So again, $5. Can't beat it. And the last things on the menu that I ended up purchasing was actually going to be for my daughter. I got her this big truck that she's been enjoying. She's been grabbing the little cars and throwing them all around the place. You know what kids do. As a dad, you know, you got to look out for the kids. I got her an alphabet. So it's like an alphabet puzzle that's pretty much hopefully going to expedite the process of her learning the alphabet. And those were very cheap. I mean, like 50 cents to like $2 or something like that. But overall, I got a number of valuable things on Temu for, like I said, outrageously low price points. So download the app again. If you want to get the $100 coupon as a first time user, download the app anyways, just to see what kind of products they got on there that you can get for outrageously low price points. Thanks again, Temu, for sponsoring this video. All right, let's go ahead and get to cooking, ladies and gentlemen.
As a cowboy roaming the galaxy, Boothill has his own...
Okay, so that attack there, as cool as it looks, it's just his regular basic attack, which means you're never ever going to use that unless you like misplay or something, which is unfortunate because that his boot has one of those cowboy thingies on him, which is like really sharp. It's always on the back of your boot. It would have been nice if they like made that a bleed when he roundhouses them. But I understand that would have made him a little bit too synergistic with dot comps like Black Swan and Kafka. Also, maybe it overcomplicates things. Anyways, I thought that would have been cool. It is what it is. But it's just a basic attack. It does nothing. His enhanced basic attack, when he enters his skill, is where his bread and butter is.
He targets a single enemy with his skill and initiates a duel. During the duel, Boothill taunts...
Okay, there you go. This is where all the magic happens.
...taunts the enemy, thereby enhancing his own basic attack.
That's important to take note of. You'll notice that attack he did. Let's go back and watch it again. This is a enhanced basic attack.
Taunts the enemy, thereby
boom. See, shoots it from the hip, enhanced basic attack. What's important to take note of is there's another element to that attack, but you have to break their shield in order to trigger that additional element. And that additional element is very important to his DPS. He's all about breaking shields.
His own basic attack. Both parties in the duel suffer increased damage from each other.
Also, that's important to take note of as well, because it leads you to believe there's a negative to Boothill because he takes increased damage from the person he engages in the standoff with. First of all, one of the positives of it is because he taunts them, they can't attack anyone else. This is pretty freaking important because if they can't attack anyone else, this opens up a more palatable manner of sustainless composition surrounding Boothill because you don't have to worry about anybody else getting hit. He's the only one that gets hit. It might also like dictate where you want to place him on the 4-man team. But what I was going to get to before I went on that little tangent is he has action value delay built into his kit. And then you put him with like somebody like a Rame who has more action value delay built into their kit to the point where you're never really going to have to worry about the enemy attacking Boothill. So although he receives increased damage from the enemy, if you're playing him right, you should never even get hit by the enemy because he's just going to delay the living hell out of the enemy.
Whoa, a duel? I thought that only happened in the movies.
Boothill prefers a...
Okay, so we'll pay attention to that one. You'll notice he gained a stack down here when he did that shot. Let's go ahead and go back and watch it again.
A duel? I thought that only happened in the...
So he put the duel on that little mob there.
Movies.
And then he killed him, but he did not break his shield. You'll notice the shield did not break. It still had a little bit of break left. That's because, first of all, I don't know why the hell they don't have Ruan Mei's skill activated. Probably for this kind of scenario, who knows? But you'll notice Ruan Mei's skill is not activated, which means he doesn't get 50% increase to weakness break efficiency. But he kills that target and he gets a stack down here. You'll notice this is the stack I'm talking about. So it's 1 of 3.
It's a straightforward approach to resolving conflicts. And this is reflected in his talent. Every time a dual target is defeated or...
Okay, now this one was important. I caught this. He gets 2 stacks right here.
Their weakness is broken.
Bang. All right, so this is one of the more important things I want to talk to you guys about. So why did he get 2 stacks? I'll explain that to you. He got 2 stacks because he did 2 different things. 1, he broke the elite shield. 2, he killed the elite. This is very important for Boothill because pretty much what this means is, and it was a question I was curious about. He has this little perk in his kit called a pocket trick shot or something, and they mention it. He gains an enhanced state or an enhanced buff if he fulfills certain conditions. These conditions are if he breaks a shield, he gets a stack, or if he defeats an enemy, he gets a stack. But If he breaks the shield and defeats an enemy simultaneously, he can get 2 stacks. How do we know? Well, we just saw it right here in 4K HD. So that is actually massive because you want those stacks filled up because it's very important to Boothill.
Dual target is defeated or they're
Bang. Oh, and then here it is. This is the other part I was telling y'all about. Man, that's such a sick animation. So this enhanced shot, why is that happening? That's happening because Boothill attacked a weakness broken enemy, which is also another important information we just acquired, or insight we just acquired. So look at this.
Every time a dual
What this tells me is that if you break their shield while he's in the middle of his enhanced attack, again, another simultaneous situation or intricacy, he can still activate the second portion, which means you don't have to attack them while their shield's down. You can break their shield with Boothill and he will still trigger that second portion of the enhanced attack because it only occurs when you attack a weakness broken enemy. So this is important again because Boothill more than likely is going to be breaking shield simultaneously as he's doing an enhanced shot. And for that extra damage that is going to be very reliant on break effect is going to trigger with that fancy animation you're seeing. So that's how the animation triggers.
Or their weaknesses
Shield break.
Boothill gains a stackable enhancement.
When Boothill uses his ultimate, he inflicts physical weakness on the enemy, deals damage, and delays the target's action.
So I did, first of all, I wonder how much effort goes into having to manually change this to the target he's targeting. Doesn't that seem like an insane amount of work for the media team? Oh, that sounds crazy, but damn, you got to pay attention to details like this. Anyways, for the ultimate, I missed this when I was at Tech's place because we were just so excited hanging out with each other. They just pretty much told us that he has unlimited uptime on putting a bleed effect on anybody he wants to put a bleed effect on. First of all, you hit his technique and go into battle, pop skill and target whoever you want to put the freaking physical weakness on, right? The Silver Wolf cheat. Guaranteed though, there's no 50% chance. So that can happen. It only lasts for, I think, like 2 turns or something. I don't know. I don't remember if they said that. If it lasts for like 2 turns, let's say it does. First, I was like, oh, it's only 2 turns. That's not too bad. But then when he pops his ultimate, he can then put the weakness on them again, essentially increasing the uptime to almost infinite. So that's huge because that means Boothill can pretty much be used in almost any situation. Granted, he is going to have the same weakness as all Hunt Path characters, which is he can only do single target damage. But still, that's massive.
Such a cinematic ultimate. There's even a picture of the enemy on the wanted post.
And keep in mind, that delays their action value. So imagine him breaking his shield with Ruan Mei on the team. Now we got massive extra action value delay. And then there's another character who's going to be doing it.
Locking onto the target and striking with precision. Such a dash.
I love that.
Cowboy.
Bang, 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 bang.
Boothill's technique allows him to inflict physical weakness on the enemy the first time he uses his skill after entering combat.
That's a first of its kind, by the way. Being able to decide who you want to put the weakness on is insane.
Is this the power of a Galaxy Ranger?
This is the power of beating them at their own game.
Okay, so that was pretty much everything they revealed in the 2.1 live stream. If any other information comes out, like, I don't know, the special privilege program, you got the creators that go in there and put that stuff out, I'm going to be reacting to that, giving my thoughts on it. I didn't do it with Aventurine because I didn't give a damn about Aventurine. But Boothill, let's go ahead and get into what I see off rip in terms of value and what his potential is. He's going to be another unit who's going to be attached to the hip of Ruan Mei. And that is because action value delay is incredibly cohesive with his break effect kit and how his kit functions. And he himself has action value delay. But here's the biggest significant variable that screams Ruan Mei. He triggers an enhanced basic attack, right? So he has an enhanced basic attack when he enters the duel. But then when you break their shield, he triggers an additional attack. It's that fancy animation. That only happens when you attack people with their weakness, with their shield down. They don't have a shield up. So when you action value delay somebody and their shields are down and he goes again, he's going to trigger that extra enhanced basic attack that deals massive damage based off of like another variable. Shouldn't be rocket science for you guys to figure out. Well, of course, Ruan Mei then delays them further, keeping their shields down a little bit longer and enabling him to do one more attack. So the longer their shields are down and he can continue attacking them while their shields are down, the more ridiculous single target damage this guy is going to do. And I will say there's something with Robin's kit that is actually a bit counterintuitive with the number of units, because some units don't want to be at action value advanced because they have a kit that says when my turn comes up, this buff will expire. If that makes sense. We'll cover it more in the Robin video. But Boothill with Ruan Mei is going to be insane. I also believe there is some strong potential for Boothill with Kafka and Black Swan, because Kafka can re-trigger his bleed dot. Bleed dot's the strongest dot in the game. Black Swan can give him Epiphany, making them receive increased damage on their turn, which means his bleed dot's going to deal more damage with them too. Then you can put that bleed dot set or that dot set on Boothill, allowing him to ignore defense. That's going to increase bleed damage, break effect damage, and dot damage overall. I do see a synergy with that comp. I don't know if it'll work. Just merely, you know, shooting the shit with you guys in terms of what I'm thinking off the top of my head. But he's absolutely going to be another hyper DPS carry with a very unique playstyle revolving around breaking shields, building break effect. And honestly, I think he has the best potential for the casual fan base to start running sustainless comps because of action value delay. I told y'all, it makes it seem like, oh, he receives increased damage from the standoff. But if you just delay the hell out of them, they're never going to get a chance to attack Boothill. So maybe the Welt Daddy can synergize with him as well. Maybe. We'll know. We'll see about that. Hyper carry for sure, but I do see some synergies outside of that. I'll be honest, I actually look forward to Braxophone or, you know, I Win or Lose dropping some creators server, it's like details on this man's kit, because they withheld so much. Some very important details I would love to talk to you guys about, but they just didn't reveal it. Unfortunate, but I am pulling this dude at all costs. He's going to be my next like main character, because bro is just, he's the break effect guy. Like he's going to do it so much better than any other person before him that attempted to do it. Like Shuyi tried it, Luca tried it. Nah, bro's really coming with the break effect heat, and I love it. But those are my thoughts for now. You guys comment down below, let me know what you think. In the future, we'll be dropping the Robin video as well, rest assured. So yeah, peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. It's good to be back.